Hello and good afternoon to all of you. I again welcome all of you to this Distinguished Psychologist Sunday Psychologist series. Since last Sunday, we have started this series where every Sunday, each Sunday, we are going to present or share with you a summary of each psychologist, including Indian and Western psychologists. Last Sunday, we have discussed about Kishore Phadke sir, who work on REBT and whose work has been appreciated by Dr. Albert Ellis, founder of REBT. Now today we are going to discuss about a lady. She is a Western psychologist. She has done her enormous work in the field of psychology, cognitive psychology, and even in memory. She is the one who developed who really work in application of psychology in court and in law sector. Her name is Elizabeth Lofts. Yes, she is American cognitive psychologist and she has her expertise on human memory. As a layperson, we only know about recalling and forgetting. But have you heard about the term false memories? False memories, it can be created and that too unknowingly. We may come to believe that yes, we have seen that particular incidents, event, or any such things, but in real it is not. But then what exactly it is so and how it exactly works? This is what exactly she has found. She has worked a lot, and for that she has received various prestigious awards, including from American Psychological Association (APA), as we know. So, eyewitness testimony in Hindi, as we call it, गवाह ने जो देखा वो सही था या नहीं. Who is going to believe and how? She worked on it systematically and empirically. Her advice has been taken into consideration in various cases, law cases, court cases, we can say. She said that just because someone thinks they remember something in detail with confidence and with emotion, but that does not mean it actually happened. False memories, कुछ झूठी यादें भी, false memories have these characteristics too. And further, in real life as well and in experiments, people can come to believe things that never really happened. So the mystery of our mind, it has been tested, it has been revealed in her work. So in brief about Dr. Elizabeth Lofts, she was born on October 16, 1944 in Los Angeles. She has done her graduation with maths and psychology in 1966, and in next year she has also done her masters from Stanford University, one of the very reputed university. And in 70 she has also done her doctoral degree both in maths and in psychology as well. Whatever work she has done, it has been received appreciation, recognition, and consideration. From, see, 1995, she received Distinguished Contribution Award from the American Academy of Forensic Psychology because her work has application in law and court also, as we have discussed. In 2003, she received APA, American Psychological Award Association, Distinguished Scientific Award for Applications of Psychology in 5 and 9, especially in 9, Distinguished Contribution to Psychology and Law Award from American Psychology Law Society, Scientific Freedom and Responsibility Award, Forensic Mental Health Association of California in 13. She also received a gold medal for lifetime achievement in the science of psychology, and recently she was awarded by Western Psychological Association Lifetime Achievement Award. Basic thing it may come that इतने सारे awards मिले तो किया क्या इन्होंने ऐसा? Let's see. Now again, her success story or her research story, it is also based on some very interesting incident. Interesting in the sense, so when she was celebrating her 44th birthday, her uncle told that she, means Elizabeth, had been the one to find her mother's body. So actually ऐसा झालं होतं की इनकी माँ की एक्सीडेंट में डेथ हुई थी. So when she was hardly 10 or 14 years old. So according to her uncle, she had been the one to find her mother's body floating in the pool after a drawing accident. And before that, म्हणजे ये अंकल ने उन्हें बताने से पहले, she had remembered very little about the incident, but after her uncle's comment, all the details suddenly began to come back to her mind. वो सारा याद आने लगा, अरे हाँ एक्सीडेंट ऐसा हुआ था, फिर उस दिन सुबह ये हुआ था, फिर ऐसा वैसा वैसा. It was mysterious for her, and again that too at the age of 44. A few days later, she also discovered that her uncle had been mistaken and that it was actually her aunt who discovered her mother after that accident. So actually ती नाही, पण तिच्या ज्या काकू होत्या त्यांना ते सगळं एकदम आठवलं होतं. So all it took to trigger, to push her false memories was a simple comment from a family member illustrating how easily human memory can be influenced by suggestion. So many times it may also happen that for set net purpose, they ask these particular questions: eyewitness testimony, suggestibility, and source monitoring error. These three factors are very much involved in this particular false memory and misattribution effect. In 73, she accepted assistant, means as a part of her job, her work, she accepted assistant professorship at University of Washington, where she started a new line of research into how memory works in real world settings. डे टू डे लाईफ मध्ये नेमका आपण कसं लक्षात ठेवतो किंवा कसं विसरतो किंवा कोणते फॅक्टर्स सपोर्टेड और नॉट सपोर्टेड, ऑल दिस थिंग्स, एंड इवन बिगिनिंग द एम्पेरिकल स्टडी ऑफ आई विटनेस टेस्टिमनी, साक्षीदार या फिर गवाह हम जिसे कहते हैं, दोज हु हैव एक्चुअली बीन द विटनेस ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर क्राइम और एनी अदर इंसिडेंट. So to investigate whether eyewitness memory can be altered by information which is supplied to them after an event. And then she got to know the importance of use of leading questions, the way lawyer ask, their framing and their tone. Leading questions, आपने इसी को देखा था, आप कितने दूर खड़े थे, आपको लगता है इतने दूर से यही इंसान आपको ठीक तरीके से दिखाई दे सकता है, and all like that. Even before that, so lawyers were also somehow not aware about this kind of psychological impact. So she found that the way in which questions were worded, it altered the memories subjects reported. And that's why asking a question, it is very, very important and required skill for a psychologist, counselor and psychotherapist too. So her next step was to investigate whether asking leading questions or providing misleading information in other forms. सो काही वेळेस असंही होतं की समोरची व्यक्ती काहीतरी उगाच कळत नकळतपणे इन्फॉर्मेशन ऍड करते and might also affect people's memory for the original event. And one of the classic part of our study was misinformation effect paradigm. The memories of eyewitnesses are altered after being exposed to incorrect information about an event. For example, so what they have done as a part of their experiment, they have shown a video clip as two cars. So they are having, they just hit each other in actual original clipping. But subjects were asked, as you can see over here, that so they were asked when the cars smashed into each other, these people they reported that higher speeds and remember broken glass that wasn't actually there. गाडी एकमेकांवर आदळली असं खरं होतं आणि विचारताना काय झालं किती जोरात त्या गाड्यांची एकमेकांशी टक्कर झाली असं विचारल्यानंतर लोकांनी स्वतःहून सांगितलं की हो त्या काचा पण फुटल्या होत्या आणि मग असं झालं होतं तसं झालं होतं. This is what it is the role of leading questions, other forms of post-event information, and third thing is that memory is highly malleable and open to suggestion. And many times it may also happen that you might have observed or noticed in Hindi movies especially जे कोर्ट रिलेटेड काही अशा मूवीज असतात सो मग तिथे लॉयर अगदी स्वतःहून विचारतात की मग दाढी केली होती का त्या माणसाने, मग तुम्हाला कशी खात्री आहे की तो शेव करून आला होता और नव्हता, लाईक दॅट. The misinformation effect explore the cognitive mechanisms like attention, interest, biases or prejudice view, role of concentration, role of sleep at that time. Under all these things underlie and they cause a maximum important effect. Second part of our interesting study was expert testimony, and this is what it is actual and direct application of psychology to the legal system. In 1974, she published an article about the relationship between findings from psychological science and the witness testimony in a murder trial which she had observed, and in which conflicting witnesses' memory played a key role in the evidence. So that one single article, it got extremely enormous attention and popularity for law enforcement agencies, lawyers also. Lawyers who read the article began to contact lawyers to consult her about their cases and judges, and even judges also requested educational seminars की तुम्ही आम्हाला गाईड करा की नेमकं हे आय विटनेस टेस्टिमनी म्हणजे काय, मग आम्ही हे आयडेंटिफाय हाऊ टू डिस्क्रिमिनेट बिटवीन ट्रू मेमरी अँड false memory, because it is so important and so crucial when you are giving a judgment about a particular person. So judges also requested educational seminars about eyewitness evidence, and so she began her work as an educator of legal practitioners. This is the most important part for psychology students and as well as for teachers, that whatever we are learning and studying, how far we are able to develop it as a skill, convert it as a skill so that it can be applicable to society at large. She testified and advised courts about the nature of eyewitness testimony or eyewitness memory in various cases. In next year, she set a legal precedent, in the sense example or model, when she provided Washington State's first expert testimony about eyewitness memory. And then it was started like anything. And at the last, minimum, or rather more than 250 cases she has solved, she has worked, she has assisted, guided lawyers and other law enforcement agencies with her knowledge. Some of very well known or like high profile cases was like Simpson case, the trial of mass murderers, टेड बडी ही केस खूप गाजलेली तेव्हा अमेरिकेमध्ये. Abscam cases, Oliver North, the trial of the officers accused involved in the Rodney King beating, and even the Michael Jackson. आता हा मायकेल जॅक्सनचं नाव आणि ते आपले डान्सरवाले मायकेल जॅक्सन्स, आर दे सेम और नॉट, दॅट आय विल इन्सिस्ट टू सर्च अँड टू रेफर ॲट युअर ओन. तेवढा तो आपला आणखीन अभ्यास आणि इंटरेस्ट पण आणखीन तसा डेव्हलप होतो. सो विथ धिस we conclude for today. On next Sunday, we will again meet to another eminent and distinguished psychologist who has worked a lot and who has contributed to our field. Thank you so much.